be okay, but, like I say, no trees to hang antennas from much.
Okay.
And I just wanted, we just happened to be in the area, and I just thought I'd take my radio with me and give it a try. And it did turn out to be a good spot to radio from.
Where'd you run your antenna to? Oh, you had poles.
Yeah, I had my pink pole set up.
Glenn got him a new QRP radio.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, KX3.
Got a new goodie?
Mm-hmm.
And Glenn and I went to the park. I don't know, Glenn, was that's been since I've been to one of the meetings, because I missed the last one.
He just got this, got it for his birthday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, now was that the horse park or was that Shilto?
Just down,
Okay.
if you remember.
We
We sort of
we-
done what you suggested.
That was
We was
better.
thinking maybe let it cool off just a little
Yeah.
bit.
Well, I know you were planning to go camp over the weekend but you know, because of Porter's funeral,
Yeah,
that you didn't go.
That's what happened.
yeah.
That's what happened.
But we do still. I still want to go to the horse park.
Okay.
Have a little field day.
wanna-
Like you say, probably be toward the last of September would be a good time.
Yeah,
Days to be 75, 80 degrees.
right.
You
We
know.
want to go sometime to activate a summit too. So.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
me and Glenn's been
Mhm.
thinking about going to Pilot Knob, which is up towards Staten. It's one of the soda knobs,
Uh-huh.
and
Okay.
last time I checked, it hadn't ever been activated this year.
Okay.
So we was actually, I think it's about a mile walk up to the top of it. But we're checking on that, and we're thinking about seeing if we can't, two old men can't, kind of cripple our way to the top and make some contacts.
Okay.
It's contingent on when I get my knee surgery.
Alrighty, okay. So anyhow, okay, so you went to Jacobson Park and the horse park thing was canceled because of Porter's funeral, and you're thinking about Pilot Knob for a
Yeah.
summit on the air, okay?
That might be a while off. We'll just see.
Yeah, okay. But then you're also thinking about trying to do a horse park trip.
Yeah.
Now, would that be going out on a Friday?
Yeah, we go out
Yeah.
early on Friday morning,
Okay.
and probably break camp sometime after lunch on Saturday. I'm thinking around 2 o'clock or so.
Okay.
Probably be time to.
Yeah, okay. Because I'd actually prefer that, because I watch a lot of football and stuff in the fall, but they don't play on Friday morning, so Friday would be fun. Get in there before a lot of the weekend campers start coming in and getting set up and stuff like that. Okay, alrighty. So have we covered everything as far as field work goes? Okay, now we certainly have some, you didn't put that away, did you?
Yeah.
Well, you want to get it back out so we can look at it?
No, if you like.
We have a new KX3 in the family.
You won't have it lit up and got radio, I mean, talking people on it?
Folks all over the world on
I
that.
just hold that radio like that.
Yeah. Little bitty old thing like this right here, and they just talk around the world.
So happy birthday and congratulations
Yeah,
on the
that was-
new
My
radio.
wife got me on for my happy birthday and her happy birthday and next 2 or 3 years.
A couple of Christmases and some anniversaries in there too, huh? All right. Well, I've got me turn that towards the camera. I've got a close-up going here.
Oh, I took,
Although anybody that is anybody knows what they look like.
I guess I'm nobody.
Even had
you never seen one?
a guy in a club say that as far as he's concerned, if you don't use one of these, you're not a serious QRPer.
I wouldn't say that.
I wouldn't say that either.
I love my.
I love my 817 too.
I've got an 897 that'll do 5 watts.
Do 5 watts, sure. Uh-huh.
What are you gonna do about that?
Bet you can't put it in your pocket.
Oh, almost.
All righty, well, congratulations again on that. And anybody else with new equipment? Roger, anything? Okay. Well, let me get that written down. When KX3. Whenever I work somebody on CW and we get to talking about equipment and they've got an Elecraft, I always say, that's one rig I've never owned. I've never owned an Elecraft. Alrighty, how about kits? Anything like that? Any new kits in? Progress on kit building? I realize it's been summertime. My shack runs between about 80 and 85 degrees this time of year, so I'm not doing any building. Of course, I never do anyway. But
I'm not sure if this was a kid or not, but last night on Greg Cross on the amateur television and technical net, he said that he got out his little 5-watt tuner or transceiver and made a contact up in South Dakota, W1AW7.
portable zero.
Wasn't sure which one it was. But on a quarter wave 20-meter sloper, which is doing something.
Because sometimes there are tremendous pileups on those stations.
Yeah,
It just depends. Once they get sometimes they get the pileups worked down a little bit, and then they're easier to work.
He said first try.
Yeah, well, that's pretty darn good.
It's pretty good.
They're fun to work.
And I forget whether has Kentucky already been on. I know I got something from Don Allison about the fact that he was taking a turn as W1AW portable 4.
I don't know if they've been on twice yet.
Yeah, this is probably the second go round, but maybe not. I don't remember, because I haven't really been following. I have worked some of the stations from time to time. The other night I heard one on I forget whether it was 17 or 30, and they were working split. And by the time I get the manual out on the 817, figure out how to set it for split, they were gone. Because I just don't have any reason to operate split with that thing. So, but I think I would have worked them because they were so strong that I think they'd have probably heard me.
You know, that's real funny. Sometimes I can work this guy Mike in Georgetown. And, well, actually, I've never been able to work him until the other night. Worked him on 40 meters. Had to be ground waves. So we talked to a guy in South Carolina. That just kind of baffles me why sometimes you get short on it.
Yeah, you wouldn't think there'd be any variability in a path like that.
Kentucky was one of the first states in that because the contact was in, I'm going to say Paducah. There's a ham radio operator down there that took it.
Yeah.
And I have that contact.
Some of the, I think some of the hams down in Louisville were taking a turn on it as well, but Don Allison did as well. Okay, anything else related to kits, new equipment?
No, I talked to Vince Whaley
Did you?
on
Good.
the SK31, but that was at 20 watts.
Okay, yeah.
Also Iceland.
20 is a good, about 20 watts is a good power level for that. Was your Iceland TF3 ESN or something like that by any chance?
Yeah, believe it was.
TF3 MSN?
Yeah.
I worked him on JT65 on 30, 17, and 12. And I think I had to QSL him direct, but he did send me a card.
Oh, I
So that
did.
was three band countries all in one, because I didn't have Iceland confirmed on any of the WARC bands.
He wasn't extremely friendly. He didn't even bother to let me sign off.
Yeah, because he's busy.
Somebody else.
Yeah, he's busy. They keep those guys busy. There's not too many. I don't think there's too many Iceland stations on the digital modes for some reason. I have not worked all that many. So okay, anything else related to kits or new equipment or anything like that? And then while we're at it, anything else in the way of QSOs that besides what we've heard so far here? Interesting QSOs, especially at QRP power levels. Okay, how about antennas? Anybody with new antennas? That thing that you were asking Pete about, was that the one that was in the club newsletter? Okay.
It was in the club newsletter.
Okay.
And there was a website. And I couldn't figure out how the thing worked because they were very concerned about the diameter of the PVC pipe
Yeah.
that they were using. They were
Yeah.
using maybe 2 or 3 inch diameter. So I was just wondering how that worked and how somebody had figured that out. I thought you might know.
Does anybody, we've probably all seen the club newsletter now. Does anybody have any experience with that antenna? I didn't read the article myself because I'm not an antenna guy, but I saw that and then I realized that's probably what you were asking Pete about.
Yes, I think the design was for an 8-foot or maybe 6-foot vertical for 80 meters.
Uh-huh.
Which I thought would be, have a heck of a coil at the base of it in order to do that.
Yeah.
I was curious as to why they used such a big diameter PVC pipe.
Yeah.
Will they wrap the coax around it?
I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't recall.
Well, I built one for David, and I built one for the emergency group downtown for theirs, and you put it on there, it's like a balun. What it's for,
That
just,
makes sense.
it keeps the RF off the line.
I thought it was an odd design, and I was curious about it. That was the reason I was asking around.
If it's vertical, you have something called a Q-coil too, for your coupling units. So that's probably what it's for.
Okay, anything else related to?
Okay, I have a QRP club, related question. You guys have a sign down in the education room. Is that still your all's call sign? Are you gonna keep the sign? What do you wanna do with it?
As far as I know, we still have that call, although actually and I wasn't involved in getting that call, and based upon my understanding of the rules, we shouldn't qualify for a club call, because we don't have officers, we don't have a constitution, but I'm not the one that got it. But it's still, yeah, it was probably Fernie that got it, although it might have been Bob Cooper.
I just want to know what to do with the sign.
With the sign?
I'll put it up somewhere.
That's
We're gonna
fine.
be painting down there next, well, no, this coming week, but next couple of weeks, we're gonna paint the shack, the office shack, and the education center, some of it.
Okay, yeah.
Make it look a little nicer down
Yeah,
there.
do whatever you need to do to get it out of your way. I didn't know that we had a sign.
What is
So,
it called?
It's KE4LGL, isn't it?
It could be.
Something like that. It's confusing because there used to be a ham around here that had a very similar call.
It could be, they could have taken his call too or something.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I don't know anything about it. I know it's laying down there, and when we start tearing that place apart, painting it and stuff like that, I wanna know where to put everything back. So it's out of the way, you know.
Yeah. Now, anybody that wants to use that call when operating, like at a field event or something, is welcome to do so. Personally, I just rather use my own call so that, if I get QSL cards or something, you don't know when you might get a QSL card or something, or somebody say, well, can you confirm that in Logbook of the World and all that kind of stuff. And so I'd rather just have the contacts under my own call. But
KE4LGL is a 6-meter repeater.
is a what?
6-meter repeater.
Okay, that's that other guy. I don't think he's around here. It's a KF4LGL.
Okay.
Okay. Try KF4LGL. So, but yeah, when that thing expires, we ought to find out when it expires, and when it does. Personally, I would prefer just to let it drop because we don't have the paperwork to do that. You have to do, because I did a club call for another group, and you have to have officers. You have to have at least 4 officers. You have to have a constitution and, some other stuff to be, for the FCC to consider you to be a legitimate club.
It's never been looked up.
Well, we got hams. We're very informal, so okay. Okay, so let's see, I think we left off at antennas. Anything else on antennas? All right, what time's it getting to be? Well, 7:21, so let's say, let's throw it up to anything at all related to QRP that we haven't covered yet. Anybody have anything? Well, you're thinking hard, Roger. I appreciate that.
I'm trying to think.
Speak now or forever hold your peace. And again, a reminder that now most of us will be at the September, picnic thing, so we'll be there, but we won't have a formal meeting in September. So we'll have it in October. So, okay.
Correction. Oh, you mean QRP will not have, all right.
Yeah, QRP. We won't have a formal meeting, just like bars won't have a formal meeting. So, okay. One last call. Anything else? All righty. Thank you all for coming, and we'll see you on the 21st at Denny's.
Correction.